getting back to this is kind of interrelated to the last few questions, but how do
Yep.
you manage stress and maintain mental well-being in your line of
Right.
work?
Well, I think, most of the squad knows a lot of how I'm going to answer this. How do you manage stress? See, stress is bad, man. It's really bad. And dude, I got to tell you, the biggest way to manage stress, and we've talked about this a bunch, is by not giving a shit.
Yeah.
That's the biggest way. And how do you not give a shit? You work up to it. You work to a point where you could say, okay, I could pull back on the reins, freedom through freaking discipline. I have a buddy who just retired from the military. And I said, I bet you're working harder now than when you were in. He goes, oh my God, hell yeah. I said, hey, bro, it's part of rite of passage.
Yep.
You got to do that, man. You got to grind harder now. And you're only making a few dollars more a year.
Yeah.
But you got to grind hard now. So at some point, because you don't want to work your ass off when you're 60, because I still know dudes who are doing that. They're still grinding, training people, going freaking to Saudi Arabia 3 times a year or wherever it is, Kuwait. It's like, screw that, bro. You've put in your time. Do something else, man. Open an Etsy shop or some shit, because that stress is going to fucking kill you dead.
Mm-hmm.
But you could only say, you could only not give a shit if you've put in the time, right? You put in that time. You've built up that sweat equity. You built it up. Now you could prioritize. You could trim here, add here. You still want to add stuff and be busy as shit, but not the stuff that's going to add strife to your life. Strife to your life. But maintain mental well-being. So we talk about that. I think mental well-being, and I probably don't do it well enough. Rebecca helped me a lot, but I like, starting out the day by not turning anything on whatsoever. Let's say I like to start like admin between 8:30 and 9. Start admin. So if I'm getting up at 6:30 or 7, that first hour and a half, that's outside walking the dogs, drinking a cup of coffee, bare feet on the ground, type of stuff, that grounding, looking at the flowers, freaking just spotting birds, that kind of shit, man. I think it's a great way to wake up, and the dogs are so it's so much fun because they're having a blast.
Oh, yeah.
And you get to look at them, and you just woke up and you're going, you're freaking so goofy, man. You dogs are so goofy. You're so happy to be up and outside. It's like the first time you've ever done this. It's the first time you've ever done this. We do it every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Grace freaks out every morning. She's like, she sounds like a little girl.
Yep. Best day ever.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I took these notes outside. I was sitting outside.
How funny.
I wrote that down here. Yep. But even if it's shitty out, I think there's great value. Like Squad knows, I will open my garage if it's shitty out. I'll put a jacket on, pull up a chair, and do admin stuff, writing or whatever it is that I need to do right there, just in the open air. Yeah. Even if it's shitty outside, because that open air, because when you're stifled and when you're in this cage, that can have a severe negative impact on your mental psyche when you're in a cage like this.
Mm-hmm.
We're not meant to be in cages. The huge one is you got to work out. Got to 30 minutes a day, just 30 minutes a day, whatever. It doesn't have to be crazy. It could be a freaking 30-minute walk. I mean, we talked to plenty of people in the squad who, they're having health issues or whatever, or they're not in shape. Go for a 30-minute walk.
Yes.
And you can make it a ritual. You get up a little earlier. Let's say your work day starts at 8. You get up just a little bit earlier, grab your breakfast sandwich somewhere, cup of coffee, and walk in a park while you're eating your breakfast and drinking your coffee.
Yeah.
You just go to a park, because not everybody has a decommissioned golf course across the street from them. I get it.
Sure.
But go to a park somewhere, go for a walk, or just walk around the neighborhood, and look at houses and judge the shit out of your neighbors because the grass is too long or they have too much crabgrass. Crabgrass isn't so bad. Just got a bad name. Everybody would love it if it were called elf grass. Homer Simpson.
Yeah.